What's up, fuckers? I'm here today, not bringing you a drink review. I'm actually going to be doing a different kind of video today. I'm going to be talking to you about something that is very important and needs to be discussed because it has plagued not even our nation, our planet. And it's something that is very important to me and I feel needs to be discussed. It is the movie theater etiquette. It has gotten so far out of hand, we need to talk about it. So yesterday, I was out seeing Oppenheimer. I couldn't do the Barbenheimer double showing, unfortunately. I was able to, though, get a showing of Oppenheimer, and I'll just say this, I loved it. I thought it was a masterpiece of a movie. Probably one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films, but I dealt with some of the most egregious and unacceptable theater-going patrons I've ever seen. So I walk up, right, and I sit down. I'm kind of prepping. We're watching the previews. I got to see the new Exorcist trailer and the holdovers, which look awesome, right? I'm in a good mood. I'm seeing Oppenheimer finally. Been waiting on this for a while. And all of a sudden, these two girls, they're wrestling with a plastic bag behind me, and it's just driving me nuts. It's like right in my ear because they're directly behind me. And I'm not in the reclining seats, you know, it's Regal and in the city. Honestly, most theaters don't unless you get like a dine-in one, which I just didn't do. These girls are talking at full volume, which it was previews, whatever, you know. I'd still prefer if you would be at least a little quiet, you know, but it is what it is. I just am thinking, okay, the movie's coming up soon. They'll probably shut up by then. I was so fucking wrong. These two idiots were talking at full volume throughout the film, completely commentating over every scene. You would have Oppenheimer, who would be talking in German in one scene, and she would look over to her friend and say, he's speaking in German, in that voice. And it's like, yeah, no shit. We're all watching the movie. We can see what's going on. You don't have to spell it out. This isn't an Adam Sandler comedy. You know, you should be able to pick up on this stuff on your own. Then, at one point, all of a sudden, like, Einstein pops up on screen. These aren't spoiler things. It's just early plot stuff. She's like, that's Einstein. And I just was baffled because everyone, you know, kind of, even if you don't really know much history and stuff, you can recognize Einstein. You know it's Einstein. You don't need to tell everybody and let the whole theater know, because that's how loud she was speaking. That's Einstein. We all know who that is. Shut up and watch the movie, please. And it just kept going from there. We get to as most people know, there's a sex scene in the film. We get to the sex scene, and you could just hear her giggling like she is in middle school and titties have popped up on the screen. It is just as if that's what's going on right now. And I'm just like, oh my God, how old are you? Grow the fuck. Like, this is, it wasn't even like, it was tastefully done and served the plot well. And she was just giggling and very immature, and it's like, what the fuck? Just like, you're distracting. I was about to finally have to say something, and all of a sudden the guy next to them, I look behind, like, dead stare as like this is going down, and the guy next to them says to them, hey, can you please stop talking? Can you keep it down? And after that, they shut up. They finally stopped talking. Thankfully, thank Christ, at least for a while. Until later on in the movie, they do go on a bathroom run, which I don't blame. It's a long movie, you know. It's 3 hours. Most people probably have to go to the bathroom. I luckily didn't. Then she throws on her backpack with all its charms on it. She has her purse with her in the plastic bag. So she's wrangling and jingling during a dialogue-heavy scene. And if you've seen a Nolan movie, you know the audio mixing is usually pretty bad. So for you gotta be locked in to know what the fuck they're saying. And I was just like suffering, trying to understand what was going on. And it's so distracting too. It's so disruptive. It was very frustrating. But not only this, then this might be a spoiler alert. Jump ahead like 20 seconds or something if you don't want to have it spoiled. But all of a sudden, it gets to the bomb drop. During the bomb dropping, there's a lady just texting on her phone, full brightness, as I'm looking at the bomb. And I don't know what was more bright on my screen, the bomb or her phone, because it seemed like it was her phone. I was speechless. You know, that's what you came to see, and you're on your phone. Oh my God. I don't understand where we went wrong. What has happened? I know COVID was a tough time. Most people were at home. They got comfortable sitting on their phones while they were watching movies, you know, chilling. And I understand that. I'm fine usually with people talking during most movies if it's just little whisper comments. I make jokes to my friends while I'm watching movies. I did it at Insidious. I do that during most movies, but it's at a low whisper. Most of the time, my friends can barely hear me when I'm talking to them during the movie if they're right next to me. I try to be as respectful as possible. And it's during movies that it makes sense. This, I'm just gonna take in and absorb, because it was that kind of movie. This, though, I don't think they knew what they understood, what they were getting into. I don't know. It just did not make sense to me whatsoever. It was baffling. Some theaters, it's not an issue. If they have the reclining seats, it's usually not that bad because they're spaced out. You can't really hear people. You can kind of hide your phone slyly so you're not disrupting, and lower your brightness if you're gonna use it at least. They did none of those things, these people. Just be respectful of other people around you, not even in theaters, just wherever you are. I think a lot of people have just lost kind of common courtesy of their surroundings nowadays, and it's kind of upsetting to see, because I've been in situations where, you know, you'll kind of see someone be like, hey, just keep it down, we're around other people, we're out at dinner. Someone be like, oh, I don't care, it's fine, like they'll be fine. Like, no, just be nice to others. Like, accept that you're sharing this space, and we all are trying to have a good time, not just about you. You're not the main person. You spent as much money to go to this experience as everyone else here did. So it's just frustrating that kind of ended up being the overarching takeaway from the experience I had. Alamo Drafthouse, luckily, is open by me, so it's for most movies, I can just do that if I want to go see them, and I won't have that issue. It's a no-talk heavy theater, you know, which is nice. Besides that, I mean, what can you do, you know? Don't talk. Don't try not to eat obnoxious foods when you're in theater, like a pizza or some shit. I've been in theaters where people have done that, and it just doesn't make fucking sense. Like, I'm hearing you chew, I can't stand it. But just lower your brightness on your phone and shut the fuck up. Or at least be quiet. I kind of just needed to get that off my chest because I was speechless. I've never seen anybody have that little awareness of their surroundings at a movie. People just continue to surprise me. And I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah. All right. I'm out.